Arya's cries filled the cave the moment she was born, but neither San nor Leia noticed the pulse of light that rippled across the earth. Nor did they see the faint star-shaped mark glowing red on their daughter's small shoulder before fading to dark skin. All they saw was their daughter, alive. That was enough. They stayed hidden for a full year. When the killing slowed and news spread that the demons had vanished once more, they left the cave with Arya wrapped tightly on Leia's back. They returned to the outer villages where life had begun to bloom again. Arya grew up like any other child barefoot, laughing, running through open fields with other children. 10 years passed like this. Far from their village, the Demon King sat still in his throne. Since the crack split the floor of his realm the day Arya was born, he had watched the land closely. One day a servant demon returned from the surface and knelt before him. "We have found the clue," it said. "The girl will bear a star on her left shoulder, shaped like flame." The Demon King sent 5 demons to the surface. They shed their grey skins and took human form. One became an old healer woman, one with a walking stick, a trembling voice, and kind, crinkled eyes. Her name was Naraka. Naraka arrived in the village with herbs and incense. She settled in a hut at the edge of the forest and offered healing to any child in need. The villagers trusted her. Soon, mothers lined up outside her door with sick children and swollen bellies. Every child she treated, she checked, but none bore the mark. Days turned to weeks. She searched every child in the village, all but one. Arya. Arya never falls sick, so it was difficult. One afternoon, the children gathered near the river to climb the tall trees. Arya was the fastest. She laughed as she scaled higher, her bare feet gripping bark, her arms strong from chasing goats and carrying firewood. Naraka stood at a distance, watching. Her false back bent low, but her eyes sharp behind the wrinkles. She reached into her robe and pulled a small stone. With the flick of her fingers, she sent it flying. It struck just below Arya's foot. The branch shook. Arya missed her grip and fell hard, thudding against a patch of dry earth. She screamed as she was falling and lost consciousness. When Arya opened her eyes again, she was in the old woman's dusty hut. Herbs dangled from the ceiling. Wooden bowls of strange powders lined the shelves. Naraka knelt beside her with a forced smile. "You're safe, child." Arya tried to sit, but the pain in her arm pinned her down. "I'll make sure your bones are strong again," the woman muttered. Naraka reached for a cloth. She dabbed Arya's forehead, muttering old words. Then, slowly, carefully, her hand brushed down the child's collar. Her fingers gripped the edge of the loose tunic, inching it down from the shoulder. Carefully, she lifted the cloth just a little more. The girl's shoulder was smooth and dark, untouched. Naraka leaned in, eyes narrowing. She searched every inch of the skin, but nothing. She waited, watching for any flicker, any shimmer, but the skin remained bare. No star, no mark. She stepped back slowly, eyes clouded, unsure. What the demons didn't know was this: the mark wasn't meant for them to see. It shimmered only to human eyes, never to demons. So even when they stood close, even when they looked straight at her, they saw nothing, just an ordinary girl. And so, Arya lived, hidden in plain sight. Years passed, and Arya grew into a beautiful young woman. Her skin was dark and smooth, her afro hair always packed neatly in a low bun. She was quick on her feet and strong for her age. But she believed she was just like everyone else. She had no idea who she truly was. Until the dreams began. On the night of her 18th birthday, Arya woke up soaked in sweat. Her heart was racing, her body burning. She had dreamt of fighting demons, dark figures with glowing eyes and strange scaly skin. In the dream, she moved fast, fighting with a blade she had never seen before. Her body remembered the moves even after she woke. Night after night, the dreams continued, and each time, her fever grew worse. Her parents tried everything: herbs, cold cloths, prayers, but nothing helped. They noticed something strange. During the dreams, a star-shaped mark on her shoulder glowed faintly. They had always thought it was just a birthmark. Now, it pulsed like it was alive. They were scared. They didn't know what to do. Then one morning, a knock came at their door. It was a middle-aged woman, dressed in long flowing robes like a priestess. Her afro hair was streaked with gray, and her eyes were sharp like she had seen things others hadn't. She looked at Arya, then at her parents. "She's the one," the woman said. Arya and her parents were confused. The woman explained that Arya was the demon slayer, a child born once in many lifetimes. She said Arya had the power to end the reign of demons forever, but she had to awaken it. A special weapon, made long ago, waited for her in a sacred shrine. Only she could touch it. But the family refused to believe her. They sent the woman away. Still, the dreams continued. The glowing mark didn't fade. The fever grew hotter. Arya was no longer sleeping through the night. Her parents, worried and desperate, went searching for the woman. When they found her, they begged her to help their daughter. Arya began to live with the woman, who introduced herself as Sanura. Sanura trained her in the way of the demon slayer, teaching her how to fight, how to move, how to breathe through the pain. Day by day, Arya grew stronger, faster, more focused. Sanura also taught her to listen to her dreams. They were not just dreams, but memories from another life, clues to who she was. After months of training, it was time. Sanura took Arya deep into the mountains, to the old shrine where the demon slayer's weapon had been sealed for generations. No one had ever been able to touch it. But when Arya stepped forward and reached out her hand, the sword lifted from its resting place with ease. Far away, in the demon realm, the ground cracked open. The sky above their kingdom shuddered. They knew. She had awakened.